Hey, what's up everyone? How you doing? As you can see, I got my racing wheel all set up here right in front of my LG UDP 69 monitor. And this is a Thrustmaster T-150. The reason I'm advertising Thrustmaster T-150 because it has these belts inside the wheel. So when you are on like a hard surface, when you're pulling left hard, left right, you definitely have that nice feel of that hard surface or shocks, and your alignments moving you left and right, out of balance. So it has that nice feel, like in real driving, and it's only $150. So if you want to get a VR headset and you're looking for like a really good wheel to get you started, that's not cheap, that it's like semi, decent premium quality, I would say T150, man. Go with a T150. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna jump in, do some races. The way you're gonna be watching this, it's basically you'll be watching my racing wheel and the way my racing wheel moves, and you also will be watching my VR, and you will be able to see just how effective this wheel is with the VR racing on Gran Turismo Sport. So let's go ahead and let's do this. And if I don't read your comments, that's probably because I have my VR headset on, and don't worry about it. You guys can type in whatever you want to type in on there, and then I'll check it out as soon as I finish the race. So let's go ahead and let's do this, shall we? All right, so right now I have my there's my racing wheel right here. Hopefully I'm not blind. I'm trying to organize myself here. You can use your racing wheel to move through the menus and stuff, so that's kind of cool. All right, so let me see. I'm trying to find a really good track, and I think we should start with not Tokyo Expressway. Let's do a Mount Panorama Circuit. I think that's one of my favorite. So let's do that. Let's do it during the daytime. And I have some other cars that I just unlocked. So let's see what we got here. We're gonna go with the Renault Sport. We'll go with this car. Set automatic. Alright, let me see my chat. Don't forget to switch to 720p 60, because if you switch to 720p 60, you will be able to see exactly what I'm seeing with that nice fluid 60 frames per second. All right, let's do this. Let me just adjust my my microphone here so you guys can see it. Hopefully you can see the wheel. There it is. So let's do this. Here we go. Guys, ready? Ready to do this? Let's do it. have to remember this is much more difficult when you are using a racing wheel, as you can see, and you can see just how effective it is. The way I'm moving my racing wheel, and then also the reason I position my head toward the wheel and the dashboard is because I want you guys to see exactly how effective this racing wheel is with this Gran Turismo Sport and the VR. And it's definitely the best way to experience Gran Turismo Sport in my opinion. It's like this. And this wheel, I got it for $150. I think the original price is $200, but you can find it for $150 somewhere out there, you know. Wait for the sales or something like that. I was lucky enough to get it for $150. They had like a special sale or something, you know. So I was able to get it. Ooh, you see that belt? See how active that belt is, that it's moving the this Thrustmaster racing wheel. Now this track, it's like unforgiving. It's very unforgiving. And I purposely chose this track because it's more difficult. So hopefully this gives you some idea, just like how difficult it is playing it on a racing wheel, especially with this Thrustmaster, with this belt. I don't know if you guys see it, but you can see just how active this Thrustmaster belt that's in there inside the racing wheel, just how effective it is. Now, I'm not competing here, this is just me driving around freely. For the demo purposes, obviously. Let me check my chat really quick here. Let me park the car. Let me just check, let me see. Alright, that's better. I was just double checking to make sure that my wheel is properly aligned. Alright, there we go. Hopefully this shows you just how accurate this racing wheel is. I mean, for 150 bucks. It will definitely add to the experience on the Gran Turismo Sport. I know that there's the official Gran Turismo Sport wheel but that's way too expensive. You're looking at $600. I'm not saying that you're not going to have a great experience with that racing wheel, but that's really for enthusiasts, somebody who wants to have the best of the best. But I think Thrustmaster T-150, as you can see here, will get the job done. You know, it does take some time getting used to it, and you have to properly, you know, mount it. Once you get everything set in motion, set in place, then you can really enjoy this Gran Turismo Sport. You know, a lot of people have been asking me what I would like to see next in Gran Turismo Sport VR. I would love to see the online competition. I would love to see the online races with the VR, Gran Turismo Sport VR. So hopefully they will do that, where you can race against other players online in VR, and also you can enable the microphone chat as well. That would be cool. You know. Now this track is really difficult. Let me go ahead, try a different track. Let me exit this. Let me try something else. Hold on. Alright, let's see what other tracks are available. Let me exit out of this one. Let me see what else they got. I'm gonna go with something easier. We'll do this. Yeah, BB Raceway should be easy. We'll do this. And we'll do it at sunrise. Let's see what we got. Let me use my favorite car. This is my favorite car right here, dude. I don't know why, but there's something about this car I really like. You know, the fact that it's outside, that, you know, there's no hard top, you know, you get to see everything. It's like a ATV almost. Alright, so let's do this, shall we? I don't know why you guys being quiet though. Here we go. And when you have this racing wheel, it really brings this whole thing to life in a much better accuracy. But I'm not saying it's easy. You know, when you're using a racing wheel, it's more difficult, but that makes it more realistic. And I'm not even using the shifters. If I was using the shifters, it would be even a hell of a lot more difficult. So the question I got asked yesterday, should I buy PlayStation VR? Well, listen, if you have PlayStation 4 and you would like to step into the VR and to find out what it's all about, I'm telling you, the PlayStation VR is your best bet. There's truckload of games, there's truckload of accessories, including this racing wheel and the aim controller, which is phenomenal. And it's cheaper, it's only 300 bucks. Alright, now with the new VR headset that they have, the revision PlayStation VR headset, now you have a built-in headphones. You just have to connect the jack, you have a built-in headphones, and it's also HDR pass-through, meaning that you can see, once you connect your PlayStation VR through your PlayStation 4 Pro and your 4K HDR television, you will never ever have to switch back and forth between the two. Meaning you'll be able to play your HDR games and watch your 4K content without ever switching back and forth on VR. So that's a pretty cool feature that they added. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but I'm just kind of letting you know. Hopefully my camera can depict just like how accurate this racing wheel is. And hopefully you guys can see that as well. So hopefully digital polyphony, they will add the multiplayer online VR experience as well. I think that would be great to race against other players or your friends and then communicate with them, because this thing already has a microphone built into it, so you can kind of communicate with your other racers online, and I think it would be great. It will only make this Gran Turismo Sport even much more better VR experience. And another thing it's really important to mention, Gran Turismo Sport, it's not Gran Turismo 7. It's a separate new generation Gran Turismo game, but it's not Gran Turismo 7. Right? Gran Turismo 7, when it comes out, that's going to be the real deal. Right? That's where you're going to have gazillions of cars, gazillions of tracks, gazillions of options. Alright, this is not Gran Turismo 7, this is Gran Turismo Sport. It only deals with the sport aspects of it. There's no rally. But if you guys want to get into a really good rally game, I would say Dirt Rally will definitely do that for you. Hey Denny, how you doing? RJ Singh, how are you? RJ and Denny, welcome. Sorry about that. A little bit of delay. What's up guys, how you doing? I hope that my camera here can depict my racing wheel. I'm sure it can. I'm sure you guys can see it. Well, sure, the hardware limitation is the factor, but I'm pretty sure all of that's going to change in PlayStation 5, when the PlayStation 5 comes out. Don't forget, at least Sony has a VR. Microsoft doesn't even have VR on the Xbox One X, so I don't know if you're coming from the Xbox camp, you're gonna lose that battle immediately, because the Xbox doesn't even have VR, which is a shame, Sure, your point is duly noted, but I don't understand exactly what you mean by that. Denny, 200 miles per hour, You have to also keep in consideration. I'm going to throw some facts at you, Denny, so that way, if you're an Xbox fanboy, I'm going to shut you up immediately. Okay? This VR headset had sold millions and millions of units, PlayStation VR. And not to mention how successful it was for 2 years. They're already thinking about making a PlayStation VR 2. So, and it's only $300. So you can't really beat this, you know. Xbox hasn't even implemented the VR at all. They haven't even implemented the augmented reality with their HoloLenses. They haven't done anything. So, I don't know. I'm assuming you're from the Xbox camp. I don't know. I'm assuming. Or a PC Master Race camp. Or I think you are just a troll, Danny. And this is going to happen because I already know you a troll. This is how I know you a troll. Hold on. I know you a troll because I know you're a troll. And that shit will not fly with me, man. Belkin? Yeah, it definitely does. Belkin 2.1 will add that constant bit rate on your television with the HDMI 2.1 enabled cable, meaning that cable will be able to utilize that 18 megabits per second and keep it steady at 18 megabits per second. Then opposite, for example, your standard 2.0 cable, which it might vary between 18 megabits to 16 to 15. All right. Really? For $500? Oh my God. I'll have to look into that, bro. That's on Saturday? You know, that's gonna sell out like crazy, dude. You know, I already know that thing's gonna sell out like freaking crazy. But I'll see if maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I get lucky. There's always a salty haters crocodiles, man. There's always people out there that they can't even afford a cheeseburger, let alone a VR headset. You know, they want everything for free. It doesn't work that way, man. You gotta work your ass off to earn it. And if you want to be big on YouTube, you gotta work your ass off too. Nothing's gonna happen like that, or otherwise you're gonna end up on the street because no one's gonna fucking help you, man. You want something, you gotta work hard for it. That's how this world works. That's how it's been working forever. Unless alien races comes down here and they destroy us and they start something new, then maybe you'll see something else. But for right now, you gotta work your freaking ass off if you want something. It's not gonna be handed to you on a silver platter. I was referring to these idiots, you know, to these baby boomers, these motherfuckers. They don't account for nothing. They want everything for free. Let me just have it. Let me just have it. Let me see. Expert Joey, why would you want another one? You mean like, why would I want another TCL 55605? Well, to test it, to see, you know, if it's all true, if all these rumors are true. And I mean, not that I don't trust other people, but I know people lie. It's just a human nature. I know people do things for revenue. People will do anything. They will even sell their own goddamn mother just to go ahead and get that mighty fucking dollar. So I like to see things for myself. I don't trust anybody, man. That's the rule number one. I have this rule in life. Let me tell you something, guys. And this is a real talk. It's not a bullshit pep talk. This is just real talk. Love everyone, trust no one. That's how I live my life. Love everyone, but trust no one. I like to see things for myself. All right, let me look into that. Let me see if it's true, if the TCL really sucks, if the R6 series really sucks on TCL. Let's see if there's a dead pixels. Let's see if there's a bending light. Let's see if it's all true. Let me see it for myself. And then I'll get back to you and tell you whether it's true or not. That's pretty much how I work, man. Everything that I have on my videos on my channel, 2.6 thousand videos, nearly 3,000 videos, almost 3,000 videos. Everything that I do, I own it. I show it to you. All right? There's nothing that I do on my videos that it's me talking out of my ass and giving you my, you know, suggestions. Maybe it's not a good TV. Maybe you shouldn't go with it. No, I actually try it. I buy it. I test it. And then I tell you how I feel about it. You know, I would never talk about projectors unless I didn't have one. I have two. So I can tell you the difference between the 1080p and 4K pixel shifter. You know, that's just the way I am, dude. I don't know. Credibility does help. I think it does help. You know, a lot. All right, let's do this race. By the way, this Thrustmaster T-150 racing wheel, I highly recommend it, man. This racing wheel right here, it's going to be something that you're going to appreciate for 150 bucks. Because inside these motors, there's the belt. They have the belt inside these motors, and when you hit a curve, or if you go out of balance, or your alignments are all screwed up in the car on the racing, hypothetically speaking, you're gonna feel it. You know, this really brings more authentic feel of the surface when you're racing. So I highly recommend for you guys to try this wheel, especially if you're gonna be going with the VR experience. All right, so that's all I had right now for the chat room. Let me go do another race, then I'll come back to the chat room. People ask me, why don't I do it directly from the VR headset? There's a reason for that. I'm trying to make it more difficult and difficult and difficult for the salty crocodiles, and they know it. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and do something else. We're gonna try a different track. We're gonna try, you know, I haven't done this one in a while. This is a tough one, but let's do it. This should be really nice. I unlocked another car that it's over here. This Ferrari should be interesting. Let's try it out. This is a classic Ferrari. This is the 512 BB. I was thinking it's a Miami Vice Ferrari, but no. I think he was driving Lamborghini, right? He wasn't driving Ferrari. I think so. I think Miami Vice, the original TV show series, he was driving a not Ferrari, Lamborghini, right? Or Ferrari. Could be either or. You guys can Google that shit and let me know. Or maybe he wasn't even Ferrari or Lamborghini. Maybe it was some totally different car. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen that TV show, so you know what I mean? Here we go. Oh, this feels great, man. You really feel like you're inside this car, especially with the racing wheel. You can even see his feet and how he's paddling and shifting and all that, hitting the gas pedal. I like how the sunset flare it's hitting your helmet. That's pretty cool. Ooh, this is a very difficult track, but it's pretty darn good. Come on, let me catch up to him. this, Mr. 4K. You can do it. Come on. Get that salty crocodile.
So I don't know, man. Like I said, we'll see. If I get lucky, I might be able to pick one up on Saturday if they have it, the TCL 6 Series 55-inch. But if I am not lucky, if I don't get one, well then, because you got to remember those TVs, they sell really fast. You know what I mean? There's people like lining up early in the morning, dude, before the Best Buy opens, like at 10 o'clock, and they're like lining up like at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, waiting for the store to open up. They wait there for a couple of hours to be the first one in line, just so they can get it. But I'm not like that desperate for it. You know, if I get it, I get it. I mean, I'm having a hard time believing that it's really that bad, you know, because if it was really that bad, they wouldn't be all sold out. They would have plenty of them in stock. They would discontinue them. This is why I always tell people, man, you gotta give these TVs some time to properly review it, to properly go through it. You can't just simply test the TV within a couple of days and know everything that there is to know about the TV. I was like, come on. First of all, that's not fair. It's not fair to look at it that way because you haven't spent too much time. I spent 2 months on C7. 2 freaking months on that OLED C7. And then I decided to do a 40-minute review on that TV. You guys can find that TV video. It's in there. If you have 40 minutes to spare to watch it, you can watch it. Just type in Mr. 4K Upscaler C7 OLED review, and you're gonna find it. It's really that simple. Oh, look at this. When the clouds are like blocking the sun, you get dark. Like the windshield becomes darker. That's pretty cool. And don't forget tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow I'm doing the Saving Private Ryan comparison between 4K UHD and Apple 4K TV on the projector and on the Sony X900E and on the Dolby Vision TCL. What I'm mainly going to be looking for is just to see like the clarity and the bit rate. Like, is it much sharper on the 4K physical media, which of course is going to be more sharper on the physical media, and it's going to look much better on physical media because you got Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision in a much higher bit rate. So obviously physical media disc is going to win, but I think it's interesting to see just how far the streaming has come aboard, how far, you know, 4K streaming has come along, and I think 4K streaming has come along a long way, especially the Apple 4K TV. They have definitely, I think they're the only, not the best, but the only best 4K streaming device out there. You're not gonna find any other device. Forget Roku. Roku doesn't have nearly enough what the Apple 4K TV has. Apple 4K TV can even play HDR games, 4K HDR games, and Dolby Vision compressed games as well, which is kind of interesting. You see how the sun, it's reflecting, like when I'm looking, it's reflecting. That's pretty cool. I did pretty good, I guess, here. Not bad at all. Yo, what's up, Reynold, John, Baptiste. Reynolds John Baptiste, what's up, bro? It's Edo79. If you're looking for my PSN, it's Edo79. Let me see. Daniel Mayer said something here. For 500, that's a great deal. I like it more than gaming, but that is a great. Yeah, I mean, look, man, for that TV for 500 bucks, 55 inch. It's a good size, decent size, 55 inch. It has a little bit better peak brightness and a little bit better color, white color gamut than before. And on top of it, it has higher local dimming zones. So Dolby Vision, HDR, a little bit higher peak brightness, a little bit higher color gamut palette, probably above Rec 709. You know, I don't think it's going to be BT 2020, but probably around there, a little bit above Rec 709. So that's a pretty good color palette. But however, you know, I got to test the TV myself to see for myself, you know, what it has, what it doesn't, how I feel about it, and everything. I have to test it. So for 500 bucks, 55 inch, plus it's a new design they put on there. A little metal finish on the edges, on the bezel, and in the back, it has a little metal finish. So I think that is a pretty good deal for 500 bucks, 55 inch. And that's the reason why it's selling out. And the 65 inch is $1,000. That one, it's always sold out. So yeah, Daniel, I agree. I absolutely agree. That's a pretty good deal. All right, let's do another race. Let's do something different here. Hopefully they will implement a multiplayer aspect here in Gran Turismo. Blue Moon Bay. Let's try the Blue Moon Bay. I haven't done that in a while. And we'll go with my favorite car. I don't know, I just like this car. This Project RC213V. It's just a pretty cool car. It's a Honda project car. You're welcome, Reynolds. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's do it. This should be a lot of fun. Here we go. Look at that. You can see the airplane above. That's pretty cool. Oh my goodness, that was no good. I almost crashed. Actually, I didn't almost crash, I did crash. a very difficult track. I don't know, man. I always been a fan of Gran Turismo in general. Not that I have anything against Forza Motorsport, but to me, Gran Turismo has always been, you know, my choice of racing. That's why I always went with Gran Turismo. Oh. You can see how those belts are working, like very sturdy. Yeah, I kind of screwed it up here. I got 2 more laps to go. So yeah, I would highly recommend this racing wheel. It is, trust me, when you... I know that you can play this without a racing wheel. I know that you can use a sensor, but there's something about a racing wheel. When you have a racing wheel attached to this game in VR, everything becomes more immersive. And you feel like you're really here racing. That's why I always recommend for Gran Turismo Sport, get yourself a Thrustmaster. Thrustmaster is the best. I know there's a Fanatic, there's other racing wheel companies. Logitech, it's okay, honestly. To me, Thrustmaster is the best. If you really want to enjoy the racing the way it was meant to be enjoyed, get a Thrustmaster, get a T-150. It's the most ideal choice. Oh, I screwed it up. You see how active the belts are? They're like super active here. There we go. I'm so close, so close. Come on. Get him. See the last lap. No, don't screw it up now. I knew it. Nah, there's no way I can keep up with him. Can I? Can I keep up with him? Ah, that's too late. He got more advantage now. It was a close one, man. This was a close race. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What's that? Ah, oh, son of a bitch. Lucky bastard. Lucky bastard. Do I think the Apple 4K is good for gaming? It's not intended for gaming, even though there's a bunch of apps, bunch of games out there for it. It's like a casual gaming, you know. It's there's some racing games, there's some fun games to be. I mean, yeah. Like I said, it's not intended for gaming, but you can game on it, and the games do look good in 4K and HDR and Dolby Vision. So to answer your question, yes, you can game on it, but remember, you're not buying that device because of gaming. If Apple wanted to create a gaming console, they would have done that by now. They would have created Apple gaming console or something and whatever. This is like digital entertainment media hub where you can stream all your 4K content and enjoy some 4K gamings throughout the apps on the Apple Store, you know. But their main focus is the 4K entertainment, you know. That's what they're really going for. Oh yeah, I mean, with the wheel, it's always more fun. I mean, I'm just saying, the reason I'm doing it like this, because I always want to let people know that, hey, if you want to go into PlayStation VR, and if you're interested in PlayStation VR, and you're looking for like a really good racing experience, then you should go with the Thrustmaster. Especially if you're going to be playing a VR racing game like this on PlayStation VR, you know that the racing wheel, it's the must-have. And this is the cheapest one. The reason I'm showing this wheel and not other wheels, it's because this one is the cheapest. For, you know, for the price, you're not going to find anything better than this. Trust me. Yes, there's many other wheels out there, but this one is very unique. It's unique because it has the belts built into it with the motors. There's a couple of motors here, and it has a belt built into it, like two belts that go around. That's how the it's belt fed. That's how the Thrustmaster makes their racing wheels. And I use this racing wheel not just for the PlayStation, I use it for also PC as well. So whether I'm doing Oculus Rift racing or HTC Vive racing, I mainly use it for iRacing, internet racing, and the Gran Turismo Sport and Drive Club VR and Dirt Rally. So it's really for PlayStation VR and PC. And this wheel supports both PlayStation VR and the PC. And of course PC, when it comes to racing, PC has tons and tons of simulations for you to try out. I would say iRacing, I tried this with the iRacing, and this wheel, it's fantastic with the iRacing. Alright, let's exit this and let's go to another race. Let me show you something that you guys haven't seen, maybe. I'm going to show you the showroom after we finish this. No, not to Tokyo. I want to go with this one. Oh, this one's difficult, man. Oh man, this one will be very, very difficult. Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagiwa. We'll give it a try. We'll do a sunset, and we're gonna try a different car. Something different here. I want to show you something that you haven't seen before. I don't know if you guys seen this car. This car, the Alpine VGT. This car, it's like something out of the future. It's like really badass. Okay, on this race, I'm not gonna try and compete or anything like that. On this race, I'm just gonna kind of like drive like a joyriding. I'm gonna do some joyriding here. I'm not going to compete here. I'm gonna do some joyriding. I'm gonna show you a little bit how the wheel reacts, and I'm gonna kind of show you around the VR, the movements, and all that other stuff. Here we go. Let's do this. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I feel like claustrophobic already. I don't think we can joyride this. This is a spaceship. You know, for those of you who never tried VR, let me tell you something. It is really difficult for me to explain what it feels like unless you put the headset on yourself. I think the best word I can use is just total immersion. Immersive immersion. So it means you're being totally immersed into the experience. Oh my god. Let's do some joyriding. Hold on a second. I'm not going to do any racing here. Let's just do some joyriding. Let me kind of show you around the this VR. Now this car is designed for you to be kind of laying. You're not like sitting upright. You're kind of laying back like this, you know. But it's a very claustrophobic car. Hold on, let me go backwards. Just look how active these belts are on this wheel. You see it? You see how active they are on this racing wheel? This is like a Knight Rider car or something. Futuristic car. This is all prototypes. And there's always been prototypes in Gran Turismo. That's what I like about Gran Turismo. They always have these prototype cars. They're actually real. They're not like fake. They're like real prototypes.
That's what's so great about Gran Turismo is the realism. Everything you see is really exists. It's not something you can out of the past. It's just you see how active that the motors are and the belt on the wheel. See how active it is. Now that's what you want, to have that real good experience on the wheels. Oh, let me look at the chat room. Hold on a second. Let me park my car here. Let me see. All right, everybody's watching. Hopefully you guys have switched this to a 720p 60. If you haven't switched it to 720p 60, I highly recommend that you guys do. All right, so let's do some more racing here. Let's do some more joyriding. All right, so let's do it. Oh my God! I need to. I should have plugged in my second camera so you can see my racing. So you can see my racing wheel, and then you can see my head. Yeah, at the same time. I should have done that. We'll see how accurate it is. Another cool feature about playing on PlayStation VR is you can use a Spotify. You can listen to a Spotify while you're racing, and that's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys knew about this or not. Yes, you can use Spotify while you're racing. You can turn off on the option menu on Gran Turismo Sport. You can turn off their music, which I don't like their music. It's just too kind of soft and like kind of 50 Shades of Grey kind of music. You can listen to your own music and race and have fun, especially if you got a really good racing wheel, racing chair. Then this PlayStation VR becomes that awesome experience. And remember, this wheel, you also can use it with your PC, so you're getting best of the both worlds. You can use it with your PlayStation VR, and you can use it with the PC. And yes, you can use it with actually I'm not sure. I have never tried it. You know what? I've never tried a Forza 7 with this racing wheel. I don't think it works. I'm not sure, but I never tried it. However, I did try Project Cars 2. I did try Assetto Corsa. I did try Dirt Rally. I did try Dirt 4, and I did try iRacing. I mean, iRacing. This wheel is better. This wheel with the iRacing, it's fantastic. Alright, screwed it up here. Anyway, let's try a different car. Let's exit this one. Hold on a second. I'm blind. I'm too blind. Cannot see. Blind. I'm blind. So what's up, fellas? What's new? What's the hap? Don't be shy. And if you're a salty crocodile, please do show yourself out of the water. Show your jaws. Get out of the water now. Don't hide in the water. Be a good salty crocodile and get out of the water. There we go, that's better. Oops, I just hit my camera, dude. Look at this. I just closed it and I opened it. And now I opened it again. There it is. Here we go. That's better. That's better. So don't forget tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow will be a bunch of videos coming. Again, Saving Private Ryan. And you guys will be blown away just how beautifully it looks on that 155-inch. I'm going to record the whole thing in 4K. It'll be 9 minutes. I'm going to show you the comparisons. And you will be surprised, actually. It's not like by much. I mean, you do see that the bitrate, it's better on the 4K UHD Blu-ray version, naturally. But the Apple 4K, man, I gotta tell you, considering it's only $200 and considering how many 4K movies they got in HDR and Dolby Vision, it's a pretty darn good device. I think Apple 4K TV, it's probably the best product that Apple has made in a long time. Really, because the majority of their other stuff, it's expensive as hell, but they got it right with the Apple 4K for some reason. And yes, I will throw in Jurassic Park. You guys want to see how it looks on a big giant projector, and well, how it looks on a big giant projector, I'm gonna do that video. I'm gonna show it to you, but it really brings you back to the I will have my speakers and my surround sound turned up. You guys will hear it, you know, the roar and everything, and the thumping, boom, boom, while the T-Rex is approaching and all of that. And then chewing on that wire, electrical wire that's been shut off. And you will see just like, holy fuck, you know. Watching in a big screen, it's the way to go. So let's go ahead and try another race here. I never tried the Italian one, Monza. Let's try Monza. We'll do it at noon. There should be a lot of heat during the noon, so let's try another car that I haven't showed it to you. Oh, yes. This Renault, it's a beast right here. This car, it's a beast right here, man. Now I just unlocked this car. And this is what's so great about Gran Turismo Sport. Even if you don't win the race, you still earn the points. You still earn the points to unlock new cars. And that's what's so great. Now, in order for me to unlock Formula 1, it will take a while. You know, because Formula 1, it's in a different department, in a different category. So it will take a while for me to unlock the Formula 1 version. Here we go. Are you guys ready? I know I'm ready. Look at this, man. Look how beautiful this freaking car is. Look at this. Even the salty crocodiles are like salty the fact that they can't do this. They can't afford the PlayStation. They can't afford PlayStation. What a shame.
They can't even afford a GoPro Hero 6 camera. But you know what they can afford? A hamburger that somebody paid for them. Means somebody fed them a hamburger. They threw it on the salty water. Oh yeah. Did you see that on the wheel? Just how powerful that cable is. That belt that goes around the two motors. There's dual motors and there's two belts. And those two belts, they pull the motor, and that's why you see it so like shaky like this. Oh yeah, here we go. Hey, what's the story with the what's his name? Mr. Was it Dr. Disrespect or something? Like, they've been trolling him like non-stop because he said something that he made a video where he said he cheated on his wife. Why would you do that, man? Like, why would he advertise that shit? Who cares? I would see. This is the problem. Some live streamers and some YouTubers, they don't understand. Look, who cares? Like, why would you advertise it? Nobody really cares. But they will use that against you to troll you if you give them that enough of hook, line, and sinker. Because he's kind of funny, dude. I like his whole outfit. You know, like a Burt Reynolds or something. I don't know, like Smokey and the Bandit or something. He really has that nice, cool outfit with the mustache and the whole thing. I'm just like, why would you do that? You guys want to know the secret? The secret is this. Never tell anybody exactly who you really are. Let them guess forever. And here's another great quote. This is the one that's going to help you. And this is the one you're going to remember. That's going to be in your voice tomorrow morning when you wake up. Love everyone. Trust no one. Remember that. Love everyone. Trust no one. You can thank me in 20, 30 years if I'm still alive. Love everyone. Trust no one. Colonel, who said that? Love everyone. Trust no one. Naomi, did you say that? Who said that? Or was it you, Otacon? Where did you find that quote? Otacon, tell me. Come on. I need to. Otacon, I know you're in that car. Tell me. Who said that quote? Otacon, come on. I need to know. I'm gonna crash, Otacon. The only reason I'm not doing it directly through PlayStation VR is because I cannot do 60 frames per second through PlayStation VR directly, and I cannot use a camera to show you exactly what I'm seeing clearly. It's just better doing it this way, trust me, guys. And yes, I don't want to deal with stupid, you know, premature ejaculated teenagers and idiots coming into my channel and just shitting all over. You know, I don't need that crap. Coming from an ex-bouncer, I used to be a bouncer, so I know how to keep peace in my house.
Lamborghini. Well, the sad news is I don't have a Lamborghini. MOE, I don't have a Lamborghini. I wish I did, but I don't. However, I can show you what I have. Come on. I wish that I could unlock the level 15. That'd be nice. Level 15 would be nice. I'm doing okay so far. I have 37 followers. That's not bad. I'm doing pretty good. Let's exit. Let's see what we have. Let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I've got. Brand hatch. That's a good one, dude. That's a good one. This is all I have. 28 cars that I have unlocked. Remember, this is the VR. This is what's available on VR. Meaning you have to unlock the cars in order to play them in VR. Let's try this one, GTR Nismo. This is a Nissan, I think. It's a customized Nissan. Hey, did you guys see that new Nissan truck, pickup truck? Titan, Nissan Titan V8. Oh, what a beauty. What a beauty, mate. That's such a beauty there, mate. You can go right through the river. And the salty crocodiles can even chew on the tire because the tire is so powerful. No, the salty crocodiles will go through that tire like it's gummy bears. Don't worry about it. They're the largest crocodiles. The largest surviving species of T-Rex cousin. They're gigantic. Actually, they don't even have to bite you. They can just swallow you whole. And they wouldn't even feel it. Hold on. So we're going to go with this. We'll go with this right here. This is a customized Nissan with Sparco wheel, custom Sparco wheel. All right, so let's do this. Shall we? Shall we do this? Shall we? And after this race, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you the VR showroom. It's kind of cool. I'll show you guys that. Oh, you Now I got you. Now I got you. This is a very difficult track, man. Very, very difficult.
gotta go easy on that gas. Here we go. Oh my God. Come on, come on. Do this. Do it, man. Overtake, overtake. Come on, salty hater. Here we go. Shit. I got the salty. Oh, fuck. Come on, come on, come on. See ya. That's it. It's over. You son of a bitch. No way. How dare you? Don't you know who I am? I'm Dr. Obscure Racer. I'm Dr. Don't Overtake Me. I'm surprised nobody called himself Dr. 4K by now. Alright, it's the last lap. That's right. Aha, gotcha. Got you, bastard. I won. I'm getting closer to level 15. Hold on, let me see what it says. I want to buy this VR, but what about the image quality in cinematic mode? No, it's better than 480p. Listen, man, it's really clean. It's really good. And this is coming from somebody who actually have every VR headset there is, including HTC Vive, including the Oculus Rift, you name it, I have them all. So I can tell you firsthand that hold on a second, let me adjust this. Damn it. This is coming from a guy who has all of the VR headset, and I can tell you the PlayStation VR is the best that you can get for the money. And in my opinion, considering how many games there are available on PlayStation VR, considering the amount of content there is on the PlayStation VR, and also how easy it is to hook it up, and considering the fact that you get a bundle, you can buy a bundle with a new camera, the new designed, revisioned PlayStation VR, with earbuds. They come in with the earbuds, so if you don't have a headset, or you don't want to use a headset, you can use their earbuds. You can connect them directly via VR headset. It's worth it. And if you don't believe me, if you don't trust me, ask anybody. Go to these big time VR
YouTubers, ask PlayStation VR Frank and he'll tell you, yes, go with the PlayStation VR, it's definitely worth it. Ask anybody out there, they'll tell you, yeah, PlayStation VR is the best way to go. HTC Vive, it's really for somebody who, it's enthusiast, has a lot of money, doesn't give a damn, wants the best of the best. But it's really not like a mind-blowing experience. It's not like a huge leap. All right? And I do have HTC Vive. Okay? I do have it. Here, I'll show it to you right here in front of these salty haters. Hold on. They cannot afford a HTC Vive and I can. Here, I'll show it right now. Right here, live, I'm going to show it. Just to shut these salty crocodiles so they can chew on it. Here. They'll never be able to afford an $800 VR headset. They can't do that, man. They can't. So there it is, you see it? There it is. There's the Vive right there. I'm holding it in my hands. There it is. Alright. Now I have the Vive. I have all of them. I have every VR headset you can think of. And I'm telling you, this is coming from somebody who actually has credibility. I'm telling you, PlayStation VR, if you never tried VR, it's the best way to go. So, there you go. Rizbiz, let me see, it's nice, better for first person. Well, there's a Doom game, there's a VFR Doom game that you can get. There's a bundle, they're selling the bundle for $300 called the VFR Doom PlayStation VR, you can get it. And if you have aim controller, if you buy an aim controller, that Doom VFR, it's even more fun. There's another game called Bravo Team. It's perfect with the aim controller. And there's some other games coming out down the pipeline. They're going to take full advantage of the aim controller. So yes, man, PlayStation VR, I highly recommend it. First of all, it's a very successful console VR headset. Again, Sony takes the crown. They take the crown and they hold it proudly. While the Microsoft is trailing behind, as always. That's just a fact, you know. But HTC Vive, it's really for the people who how do I put this? Want a better motion tracking, and they want a brighter screen inside. I'm not gonna lie, sure, HTC Vive is brighter and makes it a little bit more immersive, but one of the coolest things about the HTC Vive is just how fluid and smooth it is. Alright, it's not just me that says this, everybody will tell you this. It's just more smoother. The guy from Brazil, whatever, dude. Don't listen to other people, man, alright? I'm telling you, it's not like 480p. Your eyes will clearly see everything as it is, alright? And I'm telling you, right now, when I put it in my headset, it looks great. It's not 480p. It looks great. You can clearly read everything. It's an OLED screen, dude. It has a freaking OLED built into it. So it looks really clean and clear. And I just showed you the HTC Vive. I just showed you that I have HTC Vive.
And if my HTC Vive wasn't enough, I have Windows Mixed Reality HMD. Here. You see it? I have HMD. The Dell Visor Windows Mixed Reality. I have it here too. See it right here? There it is. It clearly says Dell. I have it all, dude. Alright, let's give some time to the salty haters to chew on this a little bit. Because they know they can't have it. Let them chew on this a little bit. There. I have it. I have all the VR headsets. I have Oculus Go. I got it all. I got Oculus Rift. You name it. Alright? And this is coming from somebody who actually tries things, buy things for himself and tries it. All right, and I think that's the one of the major key difference between me and other YouTubers. I actually try things before I open my mouth and start blabbing about it. I'm somebody I'm somebody who buys a device and spends countless of days and time testing it before actually open his mouth and start saying something. I'm not one of those so happy to clickbait to make some fucking money on the YouTube. I'm not one of those types of guys, and I'm not one of those type of guys that begs, click here, support me here, do this, do that. I'm actually somebody that has nothing but credibility. And this is what drowns the salty haters in that salty water. So don't listen to the Brazilian dude. Alright, he probably doesn't even have it, man. He probably, you know, is jealous that he can't afford it, because in Brazil, let's be honest, everything is fucking expensive in Brazil. Alright, the economy there is not that good. It's expensive. The VR, the PlayStation, it's freaking expensive there. It's gonna cost you arm and leg. Alright? So don't listen to other people. You want to know? Go talk to somebody who actually have it. Like, for example, me, right here, live streaming it for you and showing it to you. That's whom I would trust. Or you can trust PlayStation Frank, VR Frank. He's pretty cool. He has all of the headsets, just like I do, and he'll tell you PlayStation VR. It's great. Games Without Parole. They do PlayStation VR as well, and they'll tell you the same thing. So I'm giving a shout out to Games Without Parole. They're pretty cool. And I'm also, do I need to give a shout out to PlayStation VR Frank? We all know who he is. Everybody knows. Come on. I mean, subscribe. Come on. The only difference is the refinement. It's just that it's a bit smaller, a tiny little bit smaller, not by much, and it has the earbuds. There's like a earbuds. They come with the headset. You plug it in, so that way you're good to go. You don't have to have your own separate headphones to put it on. You can plug those right in, and they kind of stick with the headset. So whenever you put your headset on, those earbuds go directly to your ear canal. What else have changed? The biggest difference, the change that they made, is the fact that now it's a 4K, it's a HDR pass-through. What does that mean? That means that now you can look and you can use your HDR while you're playing your PlayStation VR, meaning that you don't have to switch back and forth between the HDMI. When you connect your PlayStation 4 cable, HDMI cable from PlayStation 4, when you connect it, let's not get this twisted, you cannot do HDR on this VR headset. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that when you connect your HDMI cable from PlayStation 4 Pro into your PlayStation VR hub
HDMI in. You will never have to disconnect your PlayStation VR ever again, because you will always be able to pass through the 4K HDR on your television. So once you connect your PlayStation VR on your PlayStation 4 Pro, you're good to go. You'll never have to worry about unplugging it, plugging it back in. Now you have to do that. You have to unplug it and plug it back in, because this thing doesn't support pass-through, meaning you cannot use HDR while you have your PlayStation VR connected. You have to disconnect your PlayStation VR from the HDMI in order for you to use on your TV a game like God of War in HDR. So that's what it's a pretty big deal right now. And it's only $300, man. You can get, what's the game I was thinking about? You can get a Doom VFR for $300 with a camera and everything. And if you have some extra cash, get that aim controller, man. It's pretty good for $80. Because it works better with the aim controller. What is the aim controller? Ah, Jesus, here we go. I feel like I got to show everything. This is the aim controller right here. All right. That's the aim controller. Looks pretty good. It's all built in. You don't have to put any move controllers to attach it. It's really good. That's the aim controller. And this works really well with Farpoint VR. And it also works really well with Team Bravo game, which I have. It's like SOCOM US Navy SEALs and Rainbow Six. It's a pretty good game, by the way. I did a live stream on it. Check it out. It's called Team Bravo in Hunt for a Master Whale. So you can use this with 3 types of different games. Doom VFR, Team Bravo, Farpoint. It works the best with the Farpoint. And then there's another game that's coming out down the pipeline. Shadow something, I forgot. It's supposed to be like a Counter-Strike VR online first-person shooter multiplayer experience with this aim controller. So there's a bunch of stuff coming out on the PlayStation VR, and it's all right, okay. Do I even have to say this? All right, so if you want me to convince you a little bit more, now I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it. I don't want to get in trouble. Listen, it's worth it. It's worth it, all right? The PlayStation VR is definitely worth it. It's going to happen. And I think there's already games on Oculus Rift and HTC Vive that have something similar to multiplayer online first-person shooter. But I think next year PlayStation VR is going to break that ice. And I think the next year during the summer, whenever that game is released, you will see just, it will change everything. It will be definitely a cool VR first-person shooter experience with the aim controller, built-in microphone that we already have inside the VR headset, so you'll be able to talk to your teammates and chat, and then hold that aim controller. It's gonna break the ice next year when that game comes out. It's called something Shadow. I forgot. Shadow something. If you guys go, here's the deal. If you want to find out what game I'm talking about, go to PSVR Frank. Go to his channel, go to PlayStation VR Frank, and he'll tell you about that game. I mean, he has a video about that game, you know. So that's coming out next year, hopefully. And that game's supposed to be like a Counter-Strike first-person shooter. Supposed to be like really, really good, man. So yeah, I mean, PlayStation VR is definitely worth it. I mean, if you have a PlayStation 4 Pro,
you owe it to yourself to get a PlayStation VR. It's only $300. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Sorry, PSVR Frank. I had to throw that in there a little bit. I mean, come on. Here we go. Let's do some racing. I'm blind over here. Yeah, actually, you can do that. You can use this wheel controller, and you can you can play a first-person shooter, dude. Alexander, what time do I have there? Well, why do you want to know, Alexander? Why do you want to know what time I have here? All right, let's do one more race. Let's do this. We've been talking too much. Here we go. Oh shit. I fucked it up. Actually, let me show you my favorite track. Let me get out of here. I want to show you my favorite one. This is the one that I like. I'll show you in a minute. It's like super, 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 super cool. Let me exit out of here. Let's exit. Yes. And I'm going to show you my favorite. This is my favorite right here, dude. Here we go. So hopefully you guys are watching in 60 FPS 720p, because if you have it switched to 720p 60 FPS, it's going to look the best. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. And after this race, I'm going to call it quits, man. I got to get some sleep. It's been a long day. I'm only doing this because I promised you guys to do it. I keep my word. I'm a man of my word.
right? I am a man of my word. I need you to nod. Say yes, I'm a man of my word. He didn't respond. How dare you? You need to respond. I said I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Here I come. And no, it's not 480p. So don't listen to that dude from Brazil, man. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's a pretty good resolution, and it's nothing majorly different, honestly, from the Oculus Rift. The HTC Vive, yes, it's a bit clearer, it's a bit brighter, but you gotta remember, man, this is $300. And for $300, you're not gonna find anything cheaper in terms of VR. Oculus Go, it's really intended for more like a mainstream audience, like a social experience. They do have games, obviously, but nothing immersive like this. You know, this is like something that's more immersive. You cannot do something like this in the Oculus Go. You know, you cannot play those types of games. Oh shit. Now I like Oculus Go. I have it, but the Oculus Go, it's intended for a social experience. You know? I mean, you take it with you, wherever you go, you kick back in the hotel and whatever you are, and you can use it, enjoy it. That's from whom it's intended for. It's not intended for gaming, like full-blown gaming, like PlayStation VR. That's why we have PlayStation VR. Every device has its purpose, guys. That should be clear enough by now. I hope. There he is. Imagine playing Mario Kart like this in Nintendo Switch VR. How cool that would be. Mario. Where are you, Mario? Mario. There you are, Mario. Is there some screen door effect here and there? A little bit, but not much. You're really gonna feel like you are inside this world. I think the best way for me to put it for you, to explain it for you, you really feel like you are inside this world. And if you never tried a VR, you're gonna be like, you know, like a virgin, dude. Like the first time. Oh shit. If you're a virgin VR, then for you, PlayStation VR is more than enough to make you drool. More than enough. And look, you have a little like rear view mirror camera behind you. That's cool. You can see the car behind you. That's pretty cool. I like those little tiny touches of detail. So for the last time, yes, I'm pretty sure I'll have to say this over and over and over again on the videos. If you have a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro, yes, it's a great time to buy a PlayStation VR. Yes, buy it. And no, I don't work for Sony. I work for me. And I bought it with my own hard-earned cash. Oh shit, no. How dare you do this to me? Are you gonna feel motion sickness? Well, it depends. I don't know. I just hit my camera like an idiot.
the last lap, is it? Yeah, it is the last lap. Hold on a second. Here we go. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Drive Club VR is not a great experience. Like I said, there's 3 games that I would recommend. GT Sport, you can get a bundle if you want. And then get a Drive Club VR. You can play online against other players. And the third, I would say Dirt Rally. So GT Sport, GT Sport, Drive Club, and Dirt Rally. Those three games I highly recommend for the VR. And hopefully one of these days I'm gonna reach to level 15. So there you have it, guys. That's all I have for this live stream. It's a short one, a couple of hours, more than enough. That's more than my head can handle. All right. Couple of hours is more than enough. So there you have it. There you have it, fellas. The end of the stream. Don't forget tomorrow. If you forget tomorrow, well, you won't forget tomorrow. You're gonna see my videos anyway. But I'm doing Saving Private Ryan comparisons between 4K UHD and the Apple 4K TV. So check that out. And I'll be also doing later on throughout the day, I'll be doing a Jurassic Park comparison as well between the projector on the Apple 4K TV and then Sony X900E. But listen, it's gonna look the best on the projector. Excuse me, there's no question about that. You know, all of these movies will look much better on a 155-inch projector than on something smaller, you know. Why? Because you have more canvas to fill in that 8.3 million pixels, alright? So there you have it, 2 hours, almost 2 hours. It's like watching a movie in VR. Slash dash camera facing right here. There. Slash dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. Look. Just messing around. It looks like a dinosaur, doesn't it? All right, guys. My pleasure. Thank you, PS4 Desktop. Listen, go ahead and buy it, man. You're not going to be disappointed. If PlayStation VR sucked, no one would be talking about it. They wouldn't be selling it. It wouldn't be such a huge success. They're already going to prepare an announcement for PlayStation VR 2 later on this year in November. Yeah, dude. It's $300. It's definitely worth it. Absolutely, man. There's so many games for you to play. So much. I mean, for crying out loud, they even have Skyrim. They even have Skyrim in VR. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. That was my PSVR Frank impression. I mean, come on. All right, guys. Later. Cheers.
Why are you still here? I said it's over. Go home. The big boss orders. The stream is over. There's nothing here to see anymore. Now, if you will excuse me, I gotta go. Naomi is waiting for me. Bye. Big boss signing out. This is Snake. It's over. Bye.